welcome back to the left side of reality. This is your host, as always, Snow the First. Last time, we continued our focus on the game being frozen right now, but that's not good. I can see my cursor, but nothing else seems to be working. There we are. Oh, that was very concerning. Last time, we continued our efforts into setting up a cooling loop, and we seem to be just about done. This time, we hopefully finish this in the hour. But there were a few things that we needed to do in order to accomplish this. And I should probably figure out what I want to do quick because duplicants are starting to idle, which is never good. I guess I could start an exploration over here. Kinda continue on downwards. The other thing was... what was it? Right, this power grid. This power grid is probably the nearest one that we have to work with when it comes to... I think I would immediately focus on cooling. I have begun a new game to go on Fridays, Lobotomy Corporation, and the Monday slot is still empty for the moment, but I do have plans to fill it. You just need to wait a little longer. Wasn't there a... right, this. This was what we needed a super long power cable for. I guess for the time being, we could always connect a automation wire there, and then we figure out what we want to do about the power. Lead. Lead is fine. Lead is what we have on hand. We needed to make pipe work and stuff for this area because we're gonna seal it off so that the gas doesn't become a problem. That was one thing we were doing. Where's ventilation? Ventilation. Did we want insulated pipes for this, or does it not matter? May as well make it insulated all the way through, then. Just kind of do that, at least for now. And then the last thing is connecting this to somewhere. It needs 240 power. It needs to connect to this little area up here. It's gonna be a lot of wire. We don't have a plans for what we're gonna use the nat gas for right now, but we also need to seal it up. Okay, how long until it goes? 40 cycles. I have been wanting to do gas range for a while now. The time has just never been right. I love the weird noises that are made every time you pull up a bunch of cable. We're making this out of lead right now. Well, there's not much else we could make it out of. I need to cancel some of these because it went and got itself tangled. How forgiving are you of the "it's all just a dream" narrative? That is the question I start this stream with. Because something I did earlier in the day was watch Batman the Animated Series. I have found a streaming service that has all of it, and so I've been kind of binging it every so often. And the episode I watched today is Over the Edge, which in the process, I suppose I feel the need to say now that what I am saying will have spoilers for the episode Over the Edge. The premise of the episode is that everything has gone to shit for Batman and his family. They're fugitives. They're holed up in they're holed up in the ruins of the Bat Manor. Everything's just awful. And then when it rewinds to answer the question of why everything's gone to shit, it's because a operation against the Scarecrow went horribly awry, and Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, dies in the process. And this just has the biggest chain of events where, well, first of all, one of Batman's biggest supporters has always been Commissioner Gordon. But losing his daughter losing his daughter doing Batman stuff breaks off this partnership, and in fact has Commissioner Gordon turn on Batman entirely especially when politicians that be want to take the chance to cut Batman loose entirely. And then it just has this huge knock-on effect where the villains take a chance to try and dodge responsibility by saying that they're all victims of Batman. And there's like a giant manhunt. Dick Grayson is arrested. Bane is hired, like you say. And it's just an episode where things spiral out of control so fast. But when you consider what I said before the start of this, the way this episode ends is that during the course of fighting Bane, Commissioner Gordon and Batman both fall off a building, supposedly to their deaths, and that is when it is revealed that the whole thing was just a dream that Barbara Gordon was having because she never died. The sting against Scarecrow did happen, but Barbara didn't die to it. She instead got hit with fear toxin, and what she dreamed was basically her own personal worst case scenario. I feel like the reason why I am accepting of the way this episode ended is because the reason I accept the way this episode ended is because it wasn't just just a dream twist just for the sake of having one. It caused Barbara Gordon to think about what might happen if it caused Barbara Gordon to think of what might happen if she ever did actually die in the course of being Batgirl, and she never told her dad the fact that she's Batgirl. So the episode properly ends with Barbara Gordon going to her father and leading up to saying, "I'm Batgirl," but Commissioner Gordon stops her and basically says without saying, "I already know you're Batgirl, so you don't need to say it out loud." That ending definitely helped the episode. It's not even the only DC superhero to have a plot like that. A famous Superman story is For the Man Who Has Everything, in which Superman wakes up in a world where Krypton never exploded. He lived there all his life. He had a life of a family and everything. He had his biological parents. It turns out it was like one sick joke on behalf of the villain that basically trapped Superman in a plant called Black Mercy, I believe, which exists for the explicit purpose of showing the people who get trapped in it like hypothetical ideal lives. These are pretty interesting concepts. What do you mean, insufficient oxygen generation? We have a spawn. stopped right now, but I'm guessing it stopped because the pipes are clogged. Our oxygen generation is fine. If anything's the problem, it's not being consumed fast enough. I had it set to making omelets forever because we wanted to avoid raw eggs being wasted. Whoops. $210 frost buns. We don't need that many. Especially because our fridge down here is almost full too. Okay, we need to focus. What? The last thing that is left for this is water. Where did we say we were getting the water again? Oh, we have pockets of lead everywhere. I don't think we have to worry about running out. We could make efforts to mine it if we were so inclined. Okay, I'm good. I'm glad. I believe I remember you said you wanted to use the water that's in here for the cooling system, since it wasn't like we were gonna use it for anything else. Because I don't think we can dip into the spa water for that. We have polluted water in a lot of sources, but I'm guessing this, well, actually, apparently I was shouting too loud and I got shushed by families, so I lowered my voice. What I was saying is, we had decided to use the waters here for the cooling loop, right? If so, we can start setting that up right now. Did we actually decide what water we were going to use for the cooling loop? Well, the nearest lake is over here. If it has to be specifically polluted water, we have two lakes over here. The biggest one is over here. We would just... Nah, they should probably make a ladder to go save that delay. Wait, do I actually care about fillets? Oh, that area. Yeah, this is basically an infinite loop, isn't it? What is the temperature of this water, actually? 37. Okay. So, what is a metal brick? What is a cooling brick? That is the question. Since when did we have a Patouf boy? How much will you guys live? 8 cycles. Why is this game one that feels like it requires a degree, a doctorate in theoretical physics? Pardon me for just a second, everyone. That would be much appreciated. Alright, any other business that needed taking care of while we're deciding this? Either. Although that reminds me, there was something else I wanted to do. While you're busy doing that, hang on. There was something else I was looking for. Automation. No, it has to be that. If you don't know what I'm doing, please bear with me. I'm experimenting. I'm doing things. Hang on. I do need a pause, though. I don't want to just sit around and do nothing because of how often this game manages to befuddle me. I want to begin to become more independent. And my first order of business is trying to figure out what to do about this. I was actually looking at something very similar. I was looking at a few setups. One setup that requires automation needs 4 of these tanks, and one setup that does not require automation essentially requires us to kind of brick off the brick them off. They were very interesting designs. I was just looking at them to see how feasible they would be to implement. Alright, so this design here, would it sit separate from the rest of the... Would it sit separate from the rest of the, this? Would it just be off in its own little room? Okay. I might go with the buffer tank idea I was looking at then. A, so that we have more time, like you say, and B, because I am curious about what you'll think when you see the design, because I'm not sure if it's something you've ever personally done. I could be wrong and you have done it, but that's the fun of this game, I suppose. You do things that you would have never done otherwise. Anyway, for the time being, just do that. What I was saying earlier is that I can't stagnate just because this game is walling me a bit. I need to begin to take active steps to what I want to do. Next question. I suppose... I'm having trouble deciding what area would be best for the brick. I'm thinking maybe this stretch of abyssalite over here. Since it's partially nearby. You mean this area here? Yeah, I was looking at this this area. That was also another one. I mean, the point, quote unquote, of all of this is to cool these oxygen pipes. Oh, printables. Explain what you mean by that. I'll just grab an arbor acorn. Take it to the pub later. I still don't understand. Cámate, esto es chingada.